another. Welcome back to Model Dome. They call this the NS Woodard Gymnasium. Sorry we had to cut out of the news early, but we'll pick up that last story when the news resumes at 10 o'clock tonight.
Oh, those people at home are feeling shortchanged, but we'll make it up to them.
We are about to see a basketball team that we saw play last week, and they are good.
They are impressive. They are a very impressive lot of Calhoun Yellow Jackets. They have come through quite a bit of adversity this year. They've had quite a bit of injury problems this year, and they still managed to win. They have yet to lose to a single A team, and Model would love to hand them their first.
That is the truth. And of course, Milt Travis is the coach of the Model Blue Devils, and he is so excited about Jermaine Spivey, who's down at the University of New Orleans. We'll talk about that as we go along. Inbound is taken by Model, and they'll move it to the front court, and controlling the basketball is Chris Perry. Chris is out on the left wing, looks down at the low post where Kevin Dennis is standing. Now they'll bring it up to the top of the circle, and that's Tim Askew. Left side pass over to Perry. They work it inside down low. Shot up. Good. Nice basket by Sean Mays. You pronounce his name Stain Mays?
I do believe so.
Stain Mays. Ball stolen by Model. Into the forecourt. We'll go up to the top of the circle. And we've got a whistle and a foul called against Calhoun. Let's see who draws this one. Mark Lamade comes to the scorer's table. That's going to be foul number 1 against Ken Jones. And the first team foul, Anthony Shropshire, Sean Brown, Kevin Palmer, Paul Worley, and Ken Jones on the floor for Calhoun. As Model has the ball at the top of the circle. They'll work it out on the left side of the circle. They lead in this game 2-0. Out on the left wing, they're working toward the hole. Ball knocked away. Controlled by Kevin Dennis, and they go out on the wing and they drive it back to the hole. The shot up, no good. Stick back, no good. Turnaround jumper up, no good. Stick back up again, no good. And a foul. Model will go to the free throw line, and Mays will be there to shoot.
Great job on the follow through. They just can't get that inside shot to fall.
Foul is going to be called on the point guard, sophomore Anthony Shropshire. And going to the free throw line is going to be 21 Mays. He's a senior this year for Milt Travis. One thing that Milt's team does, they get off the floor. First shot good. 3-0 Model Blue Devils. Fellow watching the game tonight is one of the best basketball coaches that I know of. He's not coached in a while, but Seth Bowen, quite a player out at Barry some years ago, had an opportunity to meet his nephew, Jason Hawkins, during the halftime break. Well, here we go. The rebound is going to be taken by Ken Jones, and he'll bring it into the forecourt. Ken is a bona fide basketball player. He knows what to do with it. I think I called him Ken Young a couple of times last week, and I apologize for that.
He's had a couple of 30 and 40-point games this season, so he's going to be one to watch out there tonight.
I'm surprised I didn't call him Ken Alexander, because his grandfather's Hamp Alexander, and he takes the shot and scores. 3-2. It is Model leading it by 1. Jones gets the first basket of the night for the Yellow Jackets, and into the front court. Here comes Chris Perry. Chris kicks it out on the right wing to Askew. Back up to the top of the circle. Shot up and good, and a three-point basket by Seth Hanna. So Calhoun will inbound the basketball. Jones has it. He'll run toward the forecourt as Model puts on a lot of pressure. They work it up to Palmer. Palmer takes the shot up off the glass and the iron. No good, and a foul. Foul called against the Model Blue Devils. Let's see who draws this one. Looks like it might be Chris Perry. Nope, excuse me, it isn't. The foul is going to be against Kevin Dennis, number 40. So the inbound comes to Calhoun, and they'll go to the top of the circle. Work it back out on the right side of the key. They drive toward the hole. Ball knocked away in the lane, and here comes Model into the front court. Hanna drives the hole, tries to put it up. Ball goes out of bounds, and Model will take over in the forecourt.
Look for Model to run the ball up and down as much as they can. They're going to try and take advantage of Calhoun's lack of depth right now, and they're going to try and make them go to their bench, which is kind of not very deep right now.
Hanna went with the shot, and then they put the stick back to Askew. And it's now 8-2 Model. Calhoun being pressured in the backcourt. Ball stolen away by the Blue Devils, but it goes out of bounds. Good defensive play by Mays for Model. So Calhoun will inbound the ball in the backcourt as Sean Brown is ready to inbound. Sean is a senior for the Yellow Jackets, and they get it up to Palmer in the forecourt. Shot up a little bit short. Rebound taken by Model. Model will run it into the forecourt as Dennis brought it off the board. They'll put it up. Shot no good. Model gets the ball and will back away from the hole. They'll throw it out on the wing. Shot up a little short. Rebound taken by the Yellow Jackets, Paul Worley, and a foul in the backcourt. This may be the second foul of the game on Kevin Dennis. Let's see what the call is. It's exactly right. Kevin Dennis has picked up 2 fouls, and we haven't played quite 3 minutes in the first period.
Can't afford to start getting in foul trouble right now, because Calhoun will take advantage.
Ken Jones throws it into the forecourt, stolen away by Perry. Perry from Model. He'll go at the right side of the circle. They work it down low, and the shot is up no good. Stick back no good, and a foul call. Looks like it's going to be charged against Sean Brown. That'll be his first. We'll go to the free throw line for Model, leading at 8-2 here in the first quarter. Going up to the free throw line is Mays. Mays is a right-handed shooter. Boy, these kids really get up off the floor. Shot good. 9-2 the score. Checking onto the floor, Damon Hawkins. He's a good player. Saw him a lot last week against Armurchie. Coming out of the game is Palmer. Kevin Palmer, I understand, has been a little bit under the weather.
Can tell with the weather being the way it is, everybody's getting sick.
Shot is up and good. Mays gets it. It's now a 10-2 game, 5:14 remaining in the period. Calhoun being pressured in the backcourt. They try to get it across the center court stripe, and that's Damon Hawkins. Hawkins throws it down to Shropshire. He feeds it back out here, and the ball is knocked away out of bounds off the hands of the Calhoun player Paul Worley, and Model will take the ball on the inbound, leading it by 8 points, 10-2.
You're talking about Damon Hawkins. He had a great second half last week against Armurchie, simply because they were keying so much on Ken Jones.
Chris Perry feeds it left side to Hanna. Back up to the top of the circle. They work it to the right wing. Shot up good. Nice basket by Tim Askew. So Model has built back to a 10-point lead. It's 12-2, 4:42 remaining in the first period. Into the forecourt, Sean Brown carries the ball into the court. A pushing foul called against Model. Let's see who draws this one. Looks like they called that on Tim Askew, number 20. 12-2 the score. And Calhoun is ready to inbound the ball from side court, just in the front court. Sean Brown looking for somebody to go to. They'll kick it back into the backcourt to Damon Hawkins, and he'll bring it into the forecourt now, where he's picked up on defense by Askew. Right side pass. Shropshire with the ball, looks back up to the top of the circle. Now they look to the left side of the key. Josh Bone is in the game now. Shot up is good, and Calhoun gets the basket. It's now a 12-4 game. Model into the front court. They look, still look, and now come back up to Hanna. Hanna loses the ball on the steal, and here comes Ken Jones. He'll lay it up and score. Ken Jones with a steal. And the Model Blue Devils will move the ball into the front court, leading it 12-6. And they'll feed it out on the left wing. Seth Hanna. Hanna has it at the top of the key, looks to the left side of the circle. They'll work it out there to Perry. Now back up to the top of the key. Jump shot, no good. And the ball is knocked around, and Model gets it. Tim Askew with the ball. Tim goes in, shoots off the mark, no good. Rebound taken by Calhoun, and that's Josh Bone with the basketball in the backcourt. Here goes Ken into the front court now. Ken Jones, the senior. We've got a whistle away from the basketball. A pushing foul is going to be called against Model. Let's see who draws this one. 1-2, and that's Seth Hanna.
Seth Hanna.
Tell you a little bit about Seth Hanna. His dad was quite a baseball player. His name is Rodney. Rodney has the nastiest curveball I think I've seen. Deep pass. Calhoun has it at the top of the circle. And he still had that curveball when he was 40 years old. Shot is up. Good. Nice basket. Beautiful shot, Sean Brown. You know, Sean showed streaks of brilliance over at Armurchie this last weekend, as you'll recall. Into the forecourt. Model has the basketball out on the wing. Tim Askew. Askew back to the top of the circle to Jeremy Bishop. Jeremy goes into the lane, post up, shoots, leaves it a little short. Ball batted around out of bounds, and Calhoun will take over. Well, onto the floor now for Model will be Stain Mays. And coming out of the ball game for Model, 33, Kevin Vaughn. Kevin, the quarterback on the football team, into the forecourt. Calhoun drives it in and scores. Anthony Shropshire.
Calhoun doing a great job battling back to get back into this game after being down 12-4.
You're right. They're down by only one now, 12-11. Model by 1 point as we're fairly late in the first quarter. Out on the right wing, shot up a little short. And Ken comes down with a rebound. And Ken Jones will feed the ball back out to DeMond. And DeMond Hawkins starts toward the lane and loses the ball on the steal. Here comes Mays. He starts to lay it up and a whistle. Well, the ball was knocked out of bounds, and so Model will get the basketball in the forecourt when play resumes.
Looks like it went off Ken Jones's foot.
Checking back onto the floor now is Kevin Palmer. And Kevin Vaughn is set to come back in the game as well. It's a 12-11 game as Model leads it by 1. And coming off the floor is Tim Askew, and Kevin Vaughn is back in it. A 1 point Model lead. They go in, the shot is up, it's short, and the stick back is up and no good, and a foul called against Calhoun, and Model will go to the free throw line to shoot a couple. So let's see who draws this foul. 2-4 on the foul, and that's Sean Brown. That is his first foul of this game. It's a 12-11 game. Model with an opportunity to build to a 3-point lead if they can sink the free throws. And Chris Perry is standing there.
Model wants to keep Calhoun at bay as long as possible. They're starting to make a run back.
The shot is up off the iron. Model has just gone stone cold here in the last few minutes. Free throw shot was no good. Coming onto the floor now for Calhoun, this is Ryan Engel. He's a senior. Then coming out of the game is Sean Brown. So Perry's ready. Right-handed shooter puts it up, and it's a little short. Ball rebounded by Calhoun. And they throw it out on the wing, and they lose it out of bounds. Well, the pass from Ryan Engel came to the right side to DeMond Hawkins, and Hawkins just could not control it.
You don't want to see any kind of turnovers like that early on, especially the way Model's been playing up till now.
2:05 remaining, and the clock runs in the first quarter. At halftime, the $10,000 shootout. Shot from the wing, Bishop, no good. Ball taken by Model. They'll head toward the hole. They stick it up a little short, and the ball is going to be rebounded by Ken Jones. And so Calhoun will throw it into the front court. Hawkins feeds it down low. Ball is kicked back out. Jones puts it up, leaves it way short. Ball is now stolen away by Model, and we've got a reaching in foul and a little pushing and shoving going on here. And a couple of guys doing a little talk, and they'll get everything straightened out. I think that it was really inadvertent, quite honestly. Two guys fell down, and Palmer was one, I believe, and the other one was Kevin Vaughn.
A little bit of scrap in there with thought they were in a wrestling match there for a second.
Well, everything's all right. Ray Tucker comes over, and he wants to talk to the officials, and Model is about ready to inbound the basketball. Jeremy Bishop will inbound the ball.
This is guaranteed to start making the game a little bit more interesting probably than the officials would like.
Well, I don't know. They can settle this thing down. I think that the way they landed just precipitated the movement of aggression. How do you like that?
Very good. That was impressive. Better than I could have come up with.
1:34 remaining in the first quarter of the game. Model holding to a 1-point lead. They got off to a great run early, and here lately they can't buy a basket. Chris Perry has the ball. He'll run it into the forecourt, and he's going to be picked up by Jones at the center court stripe. They'll throw it off to Bishop on the right side of the key. We've got a whistle away from the ball, and a pushing foul is going to be called. Well, let's see who draws that one. 4-4, that's going to be on Ryan Engel. The one thing that a little fracas like that possibly could do is to make quick whistles.
The refs aren't going to let this one get out of control.
No.
And so they're going to...
Bishop tries to stick it up under the basket, a foul call, and he'll go to the free throw line to shoot 2. And Mark Lamade will come over to the table and tell us that Engel draws the foul.
Engel's got 2 already.
Well, he's making his presence known in quick order. 12-11. Model has been struggling to get more points since that opening flurry. Bishop gets the free throw. So it's a 13-11 game. And Bishop is ready for the next one. It's up in the air, and it is good. So it's a 14-11 Model lead. Jones in the backcourt to Engel. Back over to Jones. Jones heads toward the center court stripe, and we've got a pushing foul called against Kevin Vaughn. I'm telling you, they're going to call it tighter now. He did not waste any time whatsoever calling that foul. And Milt Travis wants to talk about that a little bit.
The coaches, last thing I want to see is a little scrapping starting, because they know that that's going to start. They're going to get in the bonus real early.
So in the front court, Engel has it. He'll go up to the top of the circle. Controlling the ball there is Bone, Josh Bone. Back out to Jones. He'll put the shot up. A little short. And the ball is going to go out of bounds, and let's see who will get it. Looks like that Model will get the basketball when play resumes. It's 14-11. Model leads it by 3, less than a minute in the quarter. Into the front court, Bishop right wing. Starts toward the hole, feeds back to Perry at the top of the circle. Ball almost stolen away. He'll post up, he'll shoot, leaves it short. 45 seconds remaining in the period. Model steals the ball, and then a whistle is blown, and we've got a foul in the back court. 1-5 on the foul. That's Chris Perry who draws the foul. We're going to go to the front court now, and we'll go to the free throw line where Damon Hawkins will shoot.
Like we said, we're already in the bonus, so look to see a lot of shooting in this half.
I'll tell you, that was quick, Jeff. Getting into bonus that early, that is really quick.
Especially after the girls' game where we didn't see a lot of fouls called hardly at all.
Well, the little show of aggression here on the right end of the floor, I think, is going to precipitate a real close call now. They don't want this game to get out of hand. Hawkins sinks the free throw, and it's now 14-12, Model by 2. 43.5 seconds remaining in the first period. Then at the halftime break, we'll go to center court, try to give away $10,000 of Scripps Howard's money.
We've been trying to give this away for 6 or 7 weeks now.
Second shot no good. Rebound taken by Model, and they'll move into the forecourt thanks to Stain May's rebound. Into the forecourt, left wing, Askew. Askew looks, double team. He'll come to Bishop, left side, back up to the top to Perry. Perry looking for Askew on the wing. Askew starts toward the hole, post-ups, and the ball is stolen away by Engel. Engel goes back to Palmer, and Palmer will take the ball and feed it up to Hawkins up the floor. Model in the double team trap in the backcourt. Hawkins feeds it out on the right wing, and Bone with the basketball looking, and the ball is stolen away. Here comes Model, and Bone steals it back away and can't control it. It goes out of bounds, and Model will take over. Well, you got to give an A for effort for the sophomore Josh Bone. He tried to save that ball and just could not do it, and so Model will get the basketball in the front court. 8.6 seconds. They'll try to kill down the clock score and let the quarter end. Model loses the ball on the inbound. Hawkins comes up the floor, lays it up and scores. And that is going to end the quarter. 14-14 at the quarter break. We'll be back with more basketball action after this commercial break. Where we started, Jeff. It's 14-14. We're all tied up as we move into the second quarter of the game. You know, the way the Model Blue Devils started, it looked like they were going to smoke them in the first quarter, but Calhoun, being the strong team that they are, just chipped away, and Hawkins with the basket at the buzzer brought us to a 14-14 game at the quarter break.
Model had a great opening first half, taking off to a 12-4 lead, and they just went cold. You know, things happen.
They had the shots, they just weren't falling in. Palmer goes toward the hole, puts a shot up, leaves it short. Rebound taken by Model's Stain Mays. He'll feed the ball back, and Perry will bring it across the timeline right side. Perry looks for somebody to go to. Now feeds it on the inside. Shot up. No good, and a whistle, and we'll go to the free throw line to shoot a couple. Man, oh man, Milt Travis has got to be wondering what's he got to do to get a basket. Foul looks like it's going to be called.
Looks like it was on Anthony Shropshire.
Okay. Is that his first?
That's his second.
Okey-doke. At the free throw line, it's Steen Mays. He puts the first shot up, and it's good. 15-14, Model leads it. And Mays will shoot the second or two. He's a senior for Milt Travis's Model Blue Devils. Been a lot of great games played in this building. Second shot is good. Got a good free throw shooting team. And that's good because from the field, they have been ice cold.
Especially with the way the fouls have been being called tonight. That's going to be a great advantage to them later on.
Back up to the top. The shot is up and no good. Calhoun. Rebound taken by Model's Kevin Dennis, and we've got a whistle in the backcourt. Model will take the ball as it was apparently bounced out of bounds and moved across that baseline. And here comes Model into the front court. Chris Perry. Ken Jones on the pickup defense. Back out at the right side of the circle. Seth Hanna. Seth with the ball in the baseline. Back up to the top of the circle. Chris Perry. Chris Perry out on the left wing. Chris looks for somebody to go to. Comes back up to the top of the key. That's Askew. Askew, left side pass to Perry. He looks inside for somebody, and he can't find anybody, so Hanna takes it at the point. 16-14 Model leads, 6:46 in the quarter. And the halftime. Ball stolen away by Calhoun, and they'll drive it into the front court, feed it down under, shot up, no good. Rebound taken, and here comes Model into the front court, Hanna. Hanna post up, shoots, scores. Nice basket, Seth Hanna. Well, it looked like that on the other end of the floor, Damon Hawkins, along with Sean Brown, were going to put together a basket that never materialized, and then Hanna came down the other end and scored. 18-14 Model. Right side pass, Palmer. Palmer at the three-point line. They'll go to the top of the circle now, and they'll start the offense again. This is Hawkins. Hawkins goes to Shropshire on the right wing. They feed it down under, stolen away by Model. Nice steal by Kevin Dennis. And up the floor into the front court goes Hanna. Hanna puts it up, leaves it a little bit long, and the ball is out of bounds, and Model will take over. Well, the partisan Calhoun crowd on this side of the floor not in agreement with that call.
Not at all.
One thing about Calhoun, they really get behind their team. They are very vocal. This has been a great athletic year for Calhoun and for Gordon Central. Well, we've got a whistle, 3 seconds in the lane against Model. That'll turn it over. 18-14, 5:56 remaining in the first half. Then the $10,000 shootout.
That, of course, is always very interesting.
Oh, heck yeah, that's great. Well, Calhoun tried to bring the ball in the front court. Damon Hawkins has it. They go to the left side, ball knocked away by Hanna, and then picked up by Calhoun. Backdoor shot, oh man. That was a beauty by Sean Brown, the senior. I'm telling you, that was a nice play. Into the front court come the Model Blue Devils. They're at the top of the circle, Chris Perry. They work it on the left wing. Bradley Smith in the ball game now. They'll go to the hole. They'll put it up. Shot tipped up and in. And I think that the stick back was Bradley Smith. Am I correct?
Was Bradley Smith.
Calhoun being pressured in the backcourt. They'll try to get it in the forecourt. They do to Jones. Ken Jones will move right to the top of the circle. Make the three-point shot. No good. Ball taken by Model. Here comes Perry in the front court. Goes to the hole. Sticks it up there, and a blocking foul called on Calhoun, and Perry will go to the free throw line. Perry got himself square to the basket and then drew the foul. He'll go to the line.
The foul was on Ken Jones. That's his second.
How many points has Ken picked up in the game?
He only has 4 so far tonight.
Boy, he had a great night last week.
He picked up 18 early on.
And of course, for you folks who just tuned in, he is the grandson of Hamp Alexander, the famed Shorter College baseball and basketball coach. Shot up, no good. Hamp has been gone from Shorter for a few years now. Great. You want to sit and hear some great stories, you need to sit down with him sometime. So Perry will shoot the second of two after missing the first, and it is good. so Model is up in the game, 21-16, 4:53 remaining in the half. In the backcourt, Calhoun being pressured, and a foul is going to be called against Model. Will go to the other end of the floor for the 1-and-1. Foul is going to be called against Model's Kevin Vaughn.
That's his second of the night.
I think they're going to stay fairly close to Kevin. You're talking about a good athlete. Now, this kid is a real sport. He's a nice young man, too. It's 21-16. At the free throw line, the shot is up and in. Sean Brown gets the free throw. He'll shoot the second of two. Sean Brown is an excellent role player. I mean, he's just a pleasure to watch play.
Playing a great role tonight. He now has 9 points.
Good basketball player, 21-18. And say Calhoun has not lost a game to a Class A team this year.
That is true. At least that's the story I get from Rick Wood all over at the Calhoun Times.
Well, at the top of the circle, Model has it. Tim Askew puts it on his hip, drives toward the hole, feeds it out on the right wing. Hannah puts it up, no good. Kevin Vaughn will go to the hole. It's up, no good. And the rebound is going to be taken by Sean Brown. Sean will feed it up the floor, and they'll go to Damon Hawkins in the front court. Left wing pass to Jones. Inside to Shropshire, who scores. So it's a 21-20 game. Model leads it by 1. Hannah will slow up the tempo of the game. We'll move to the right side of the circle. Now we'll back up to the point. Looks. He's a good three-point shooter. Looks like they might try to kill down, and the ball almost went into the backcourt. It did. Mark Romney made the call.
He just grazed the line.
If we had a good shot on that, Seth Hannah tried to square his foot to the backcourt line, but part of his shoe and the ball went into the backcourt.
And, of course, the refs staying on top of everything tonight. We're right there to make the call.
Right there. Damon Hawkins drives toward the hole. Finger roll shot, no good, and a foul. And it looks as though 25 Bradley Smith is going to draw that foul. And so we'll put Damon Hawkins, the senior guard, back up there on the free throw line.
To give Calhoun an opportunity to take their first lead of the night.
Well, I tell you one thing. Watching a basketball game in a building like this is just so much fun. Shot is up and no good.
I jinxed it.
You really did. You know, how many times does that happen? I mean, it happens almost every time.
Every time I open my mouth.
I was watching a game one night, and I'm thinking it was Cindy Brown over at Barry. She had 6 free throws in a row, and I made the magic statement. And she missed the next. Shot is up, good. So it's a 21-20 game. Model leads it by 1. Excuse me, it's all tied up at 21. 3 minutes and 47 seconds remaining in the first half. Then we'll go down to the center court and have ourselves big time.
If somebody wins that $10,000, they'll have an even bigger time.
Boy, don't you know it. Big time fun. Hannah with the basketball gets a nice screen, and a foul is going to be called against Hawkins for Calhoun. Kevin Vaughn just set the pick and stood there. And a foul is going to be called against Hawkins. And Vaughn is going to go to the free throw line as Hawkins and Vaughn talk about it right up there at the free throw stripe. 21-21. 3:36 remaining in the first half of the game. Kevin is ready. He's a right-handed shooter, and it's up in the air, and it is no good. Stick back up and good. Nice basket by Kevin Dennis. And Calhoun has the ball in the backcourt. It's a 23-21 game. Ken Jones throws it down low to Shropshire. Shropshire back out to the top. It's up, it's off the iron, no good, and the stick back, good Jones. Ken Jones is coming alive now.
Calhoun would love to see that happen.
23-23, and we've got a whistle in the forecourt. It looks like we're going to have a foul on Ken Jones. 4-0.
That is his third.
So Ken is in trouble. We've got another half and 3 minutes to go.
And he is taking a seat.
Looks like he'll rest a little bit, and coming onto the floor is Josh Bone, the sophomore. And at the free throw line for the Model Blue Devils, this is going to be Steen Mays. He's been up there a few times tonight. Shot is up. This is good. 24-23, Model by 1.
Look to Model to try and take as much advantage of Ken Jones being on the bench as humanly possible.
Yep. You got to do it when the bets go out. And May's second shot is right through the hole. It's a 25-23 game. Inbound pass is taken by Hawkins. Hawkins being pressured in the backcourt. And going across the timeline is Sean Brown. They'll kick it down on the left wing. And that is Palmer. And Palmer looks cross court to Shropshire. Shropshire shoots, no good. Rebound taken by Model. And coming off the backboard with that basketball was Big Stain Mays. Down into the lane, the shot up Askew is good. Tim Askew, it's 27-23, and now Model is beginning to find the hole. Ball almost still on the way into the front court. Shropshire being picked up by Hannah. Shropshire on the right wing, looks inside, shot up, no good. So Bone couldn't get it to fall, and the rebound taken by Model, and Kevin Dennis brings it down. They work it down on the right wing. Controlling that basketball is Askew. Back to the top, they'll go to Hannah. Hannah drives in, comes back up to Perry. Right side pass. Askew looks in, now comes back up to the top to Hannah once again. Inside low, nice play. Dennis shot up, no good, and a foul. Oh man, I tell you what, that was a nice inside pass to Kevin Dennis. He just couldn't make hay of it, and the foul is called on Kevin Palmer, the senior.
Calhoun getting into a little bit of foul trouble here. They've got 3 guys with 2 fouls, and Ken Jones on the bench right now with 3.
Kevin Dennis will shoot a couple. What's really interesting, the basketball teams for our Armurchie are here tonight to watch this game, both the boys and the girls. Free throw shot is no good by Kevin Dennis.
Trying to get an idea of what they're up against next week.
Well, that game's going to be right here in this building, isn't it?
It sure is.
Shot is up, good. 1 out of 2, and it's now Model back up to, really, I guess, about the biggest lead they've had since the early minutes of the first quarter. It's 28-23 Model. Hawkins at the top of the circle.
Miles doing a great job playing their game. They haven't been drawn into Calhoun's play much at all.
Bone with the basketball inside, and the ball is stolen by Model. And up the floor, here come those Blue Devils. Tim Askew beats it back out, shot a little short. Rebound taken off the boards by Hawkins, and Hawkins drives it into the front court, puts it up, no good. Rebound taken by Askew. Askew up the floor for the Blue Devils. Will stop, goes in the lane, turnaround jumper, good. Nice basket. Did the 360 turnaround jumper and gets the basket, and it's a 30-23 Model game. 1:20 remaining in the half. Bone into the front court to Palmer, left wing. Shot up, foul call, and the foul is going to be called against Model's Stain Mays. And Palmer will go to the free throw line to shoot a couple.
That may or may not have been a good foul.
Well, let's see what Palmer does with it as Hannah comes out of the game, and also coming off the floor is Kevin Dennis. On the floor now is Bradley Smith, and out there is Dan DePrima. Dan's a good ball player, good baseball player too. Shot is up, and it is good. So Palmer will shoot the second at 2.
It looked like a rock going up there and went in.
Well, I tell you what, Palmer is a good basketball player, and the shot is up off the iron, no good. Rebound off the boards by Bradley Smith, and into the front court. Here come those Blue Devils with a 30-24 lead. Dan DePrima on the right wing. Dan will come up and go to the point. Askew with the basketball, looking down in. DePrima made a move for the low post, but now they'll come to the left side of the circle. They'll feed it to the right side. Shot up, and Dan DePrima gets the basket. So it's a 32-24 game. The Model Blue Devils up by 8. And they put the pressure on in the backcourt. Ball knocked away. Askew with the basketball for the Blue Devils. He'll move it to the left side of the circle. And the partisan home crowd here excited about what they're seeing. Dan DePrima outside takes a three-point shot, no good. Rebound taken by Bone, and here comes Calhoun with a half minute to go in this first half. Hawkins shot no good. Engel goes down with the basketball and a foul called against Model, and that's going to be Stain Mays who draws it, and that will be his second personal foul of the game. 32-24. I tell you, Model has turned it up a notch in the last couple of minutes.
Model is definitely trying to take advantage of the inexperienced Calhoun bench. Calhoun's had quite a few injuries this year, and they're trying to make sure that the bench gets out there and they're taking advantage of it. They're just playing their brand of ball.
21.9 seconds. It's 32-24. Shot up and good. So Engel makes the first one. He'll have an opportunity at the second. The right-handed shooter. It's up, and it is also good. Model with a pretty good lead now as we are moving toward the halftime break with 17 seconds. The shot up, no good, and the rebound is taken by Perry. Back up to Dan DePrima. Right side to Bradley Smith. Inside they go. Turnaround jumper is up off the iron, no good. And taking that last shot from Model was, I thought that was Kevin Vaughn, but it wasn't. So Model will go to the free throw line.
Kevin Palmer just got his third foul on the night.
And I tell you, they're going to have to be really cautious in the third quarter of the game. 6.4 seconds, and at the free throw line is going to be Chris Perry. But Chris Perry will stand up there. And the shot is up and good. He'll shoot the second at 2. Model leads it 33-26. Perry's second shot is good. 34-26, back to an 8-point lead. And here comes Calhoun running it into the forecourt. They drive it straight to the hole. Shot Hawkins, no good, and a half in. So it is a 34-26 lead. The Model Blue Devils in somewhat of a surprise lead over a very talented Calhoun bunch. But get ready, everybody. We're fixing to have the $10,000 shootout. We'll be back after this commercial break. It is time for the $10,000 shootout. Now we've got our partner right here, Cody Stewart, who's going to draw the lucky number and give somebody an opportunity to first shoot from the foul line, then the three-point line, and then if they make that 3-0-4-5-2-7. 9-3-0-4-5-2-7. We got the number? I'll give it one more time in case. 9-3-0-4-5-2-7. I think we've got a player. All right. How you doing?
I hope this is right.
All right, let's read it out. 9-3-0-4-5-2-7. You know how to shoot a basketball?
A little bit.
All right, here we go. We'll go to the free throw line first. You just stand right behind the blue line and put it in the hole. All right, here we go. Free throw line first. Oh! Well, wait just, hey, don't leave yet. Hey, we're not finished. Come here. I mean, you didn't win $10,000, but you got a designer T-shirt. Thanks a lot. Appreciate you playing. Well, next week, Jeff Quagliata will be back here at the Model High School Gymnasium for another $10,000 shootout between the Model Blue Devil game of the Armurchie Indians. So we hope that you'll be here. Cody, thanks a lot for being with us. Did we give you a T-shirt yet? We're going to get you one. All right. Thanks a lot, everybody. Appreciate you being here, and be back next week for the $10,000 shootout. We'll be back with more halftime right after this commercial break. Well, welcome back, everybody. No big $10,000 winner tonight. We are underway now in the third quarter of this game, and those points have been scored. 34-26 Model in a real good game tonight against a tough Calhoun team.
It's been a great game so far tonight, Randy. Model's pretty much played their game all night long, except for they went cold a little bit in the first quarter.
Stain Mays at the free throw line misses the first one. He'll shoot the second at 2. Boy, there's nothing like a high school basketball game on a Friday night. We're glad you're with us. Here comes the second shot. It's up and it's good. So it's a 35-26 game. Model up by 9. Into the forecourt. Hawkins has it. He'll throw it down on the right side. Palmer. Palmer looks for somebody to go to. Still looking. They work it under the basket. Ball comes loose and out of bounds, and Model will take over.
Calhoun is going to have to take advantage of every possession they can get. They can't afford to have a lot of turnovers if they want to get back in this ball game.
So the inbound pass is going to be for the Blue Devils' Chris Perry, and he'll go to the top of the circle and really kind of slow the tempo of the game down. Askew over on the left wing, looks for somebody to go to, looks on the inside, and Perry has the ball. Perry backs out on the baseline to the right side, looks for somebody, still looking. They'll go to the top of the circle to Hannah. Hannah kicks it out on the right wing, and we've got a whistle in the lane. And looks like it's going to be a foul called against Model. No, excuse me, I don't think so. Foul is going to be against Calhoun.
Looks like against Paul Worley.
Paul Worley does draw the foul, and the ball is going to be taken by Perry. Perry will go to the top of the circle, and they'll set the offense up again. The Model Blue Devils will. They go to Hannah on the right side of the circle. Hannah kicks it back out to the top of the key to Askew. And we've got a whistle, 3 seconds in the lane against Model. Milt Travis looks at his ball club and tells his folks to stay out of the lane. 35-26, Model on top, 6:57 remaining in this third period. Just underway in the second half. Here comes Calhoun into the forecourt. At the top of the circle, they work it. They work it up on the left wing. Down under, the ball is knocked away by Model. The pass was intended for Sean Brown down under the basket. And the ball was knocked out of bounds by Model, and so we'll pick up the action right where it is to Palmer on the left wing on the inbound. Palmer will come to the top of the circle to Hawkins. Hawkins backs up to the top of the key now and looks for somebody down under. He's still looking. Goes out on the right side. And Bone has the basketball back up to the top of the key. They work it to the left side of the circle to Palmer. It's up and good. 3-point basket, Palmer. That's a way to get you back in it. And now Calhoun is down by 6, 35-29 to Model. Into the forecourt. Here come the Blue Devils. Askew out on the left wing, being pressured by Palmer. Askew looks back to Hannah at the top of the key. Right side pass goes to Chris Perry, and Chris Perry looks on the inside. Can't find anybody, and now he'll come back to the top of the key. Left side pass. Hannah goes in, drives the lane, shoots no good. Rebound taken by Calhoun, and off the boards, Paul Worley. Worley feeds it up the floor to Hawkins, and Hawkins will slow the tempo across the timeline. He'll go to the top of the circle, lost the ball, picks it back up. He's double teamed. And the ball batted down in the corner out of bounds, and Calhoun will get the basketball in the front court.
Model still having a great time. They're doing a great job just playing their type of ball game. And they're keeping Model and they're keeping Calhoun on their toes.
Inbound pass is going to be taken by Palmer on the right wing. Palmer looks for somebody to go to, and the ball is knocked out of bounds. And Calhoun will get possession back once again. It is a 35-29 Model lead. Sean Brown gets the ball in on the inbound to Hawkins at the top of the circle. Hawkins looks back out on the right side of the key to Brown once again. He'll drive toward the hole, feed it right side to Worley. Ball batted around. Down toward the hole. Sean Brown takes the shot. The stick back up. Bone no good. Rebound taken by Model, and they'll bring it off the boards. Bradley Smith into the front court. Here come the Blue Devils. Now stolen back away. And Calhoun will drive the lane, lay it up, and Sean Brown shoots. No good. Ball taken off the backboards by Perry. Perry from Model into the front court, right wing. He'll go to the point, then to Hannah on the right side of the circle. Hannah drives through the lane and steps on the inbound line out of bounds.
Model making a lot of fundamental errors that they can't afford to make because they're going to allow Calhoun to get back in the game.
And we have a timeout called on the floor with 4:52 remaining in the third quarter. It is now Model 35, Calhoun 29. We'll be back after this commercial break.
Hey, Rome in Northwest Georgia, get hooked on T-shirts. The Competitive Edge is your source for in-house graphics and screen printing. Our staff is ready to serve you, and your complete satisfaction is our #1 goal. So get hooked on T-shirts only at the Competitive Edge. We can also produce shirts at your fall festival or large event. So do like Carmen Jones and her Pepperell Elementary first grade class and get hooked on T-shirts at the Competitive Edge.
We are back courtside where the score is 35-29. And the Model Blue Devils are holding on to the lead.
Yep, they've been doing a great job playing their type of basketball. They've been running the ball quite a bit, and they're trying to keep that Calhoun bench out there on the court so they can take advantage of the injury situation.
Sean Brown has the ball stolen away. The stick up by the Blue Devils, Stain Mays, and he's fouled in the act of shooting. He'll go to the line to shoot a couple. And the foul is going to be called against Demond Hawkins. So Mays will go back to the free throw line. He's been a frequent visitor tonight.
He's been hitting them too. He's got 10 points on the night so far.
35-29, Model at the free throw line. Mays, a right-handed shooter, puts the first one up. It is no good.
Jinxed him again. I'm getting good at this.
I'll tell you what, he's going to tell you to keep your mouth shut when he's on the free throw line. He'll shoot the second or two. Well, the Model Blue Devils have been scrappy tonight. They miss another free throw, and the rebound is going to be taken by Calhoun, and that's Palmer. Palmer to Hawkins. Hawkins into the forecourt. He'll go to the point and look for somebody. Palmer right side at the three-point line, about 4 feet beyond. And they throw the ball away, and Perry has it. Model into the front court. Perry post up, shoots off the mark, no good. Ball batted out, and a whistle, and let's see who's going to get possession. Apparently, Calhoun is going to get the ball. So Sean Brown will inbound the basketball and play resumes. Score remains the same, 35-29 Model. Cross-court pass, Hawkins being pressured in the backcourt by Model. Brown drives it across the timeline, goes to the hole, puts it up, scores, and he's fouled. Oh, that was a beauty.
Beautiful, beautiful ball control. Went to the hole and then drew the foul.
You know, he did that a time or two at Armurchie last week. And that's just what he had in mind all along, apparently.
Scored 13 or 14 points last week against Armurchie doing just that.
Sean Brown with the basketball at the free throw line, and I don't know if he cut himself or what. He's down to the sideline. Apparently he must have, because they're going to bandage that up. And he'll go back to the free throw line momentarily. Checking back into the game for Model is Kevin Vaughn. Clock shows 4:14 remaining in the third quarter. They're still working on Brown. He's just about ready. You know, it's amazing. Jeff, obviously being quite a bit older than you, I can remember going to high school basketball games when just about the only people that went to the games were the moms, dads, and grandma and grandpa.
I'm not that much young, that much younger that I don't remember it either.
But nowadays, almost it doesn't really matter who plays who. The building is almost full.
And especially, the way they're playing nowadays, they play a more fast-paced game. Yeah. Back then, they score of 10-8 wasn't all that surprising to see.
Well, Sean's free throw shot was no good, and the score remains the same, 35-31. Ball knocked out of bounds by Model, and so Calhoun will get the ball at side court, and they're still working on Sean Brown's hand. And it is his left, looks like it is his left thumb. So they're trying to inbound the ball, and they get it in on the left wing to Palmer. Ball battered around and out of bounds, and well, here we go again, except the ball turns over the other way, and Model gets possession. Model throws it down on the left wing. They'll try to bring it up to the top, and they'll work it inside. Shot up, no good. Stick back, no good, and a foul called on Bone. So
good
Bone
defense
draws a foul. Good defense, and now going to the free throw line is Mays once again. He's just having a spend the night party out there.
I'm going to keep my mouth shut this time.
Don't say that
He'll be calling me at home.
You got an unlisted number?
Yeah, that's actually, so I could say stuff like that. Here it goes.
35-31 at the free throw line. Here's the shot. It's up. It's good. So Mays will shoot another one. and it's back to a 5-point Model lead. 3:55 remaining in the period. Mays is ready. It's up. It's good. So it's a 37-31 game. Calhoun with the basketball in the backcourt. Up the floor, Bone across the center court stripe. Ooh, almost traveled. Into the forecourt, Hawkins drives in, leaves it short. Ball batted out. Here comes Mays into the front court. It's a foot race to the line, and the ball is on the floor, and a timeout. And let's see who the possession error goes to. It's Calhoun. You know, I don't recall in this basketball game tonight a single turnover by way of a travel.
Haven't
I
seen
don't remember
one. Great ball control tonight. That says a lot for both teams, you know. That's fundamental basketball.
We've had 2 or 3 3-second lane violations, but not any travels in the game.
Haven't seen a lot of jump balls either.
Not too many, no. Into the front court, left side. They work it into the basket. Ball knocked away by Mays. Well, this Mays kid is all over the basketball court.
We have seen quite a lot of that tonight.
Well, we're about ready to inbound the ball. Sean Brown up under the basket. 3:27 remaining in the third period. And at the top of the circle is Hawkins. Hawkins goes in, shoots, leaves it short. Stick back up. Engel no good. Rebound taken by Model, and they'll run it into the front court. Vaughn down in, puts it up, leaves it short. The stick back no good by Dennis, and a foul. So let's see who draws this foul. 3-2 for Calhoun. That's Kevin Palmer.
That will be his fourth.
So Kevin Palmer draws his fourth. Dan DePrima comes back out onto the floor. And coming out of the game for Model is going to be Seth Hanna. Inbound, shot up, no good. Ball tapped around, and Calhoun comes away with it, and a foul is going to be called against Dan DePrima on the rebound. So Calhoun will get the ball here at the baseline of the back court when play resumes. 37-31, Model on top by 6. Hawkins with the basketball. He approaches the center court stripe, and he'll move into it where Perry picks him up. Right side pass, that's Engel. Left side to Palmer. And they'll go back out, Sean Brown. Braun drives toward the hole. He puts the shot up, and it's partially blocked out of bounds, and Calhoun will take over. Where's Ken Jones? Ken Jones, I haven't seen him here in the third quarter of the game.
That is primarily what's causing a lot of Calhoun's woes right now, is they don't have Jones out there so they can key on him and get the ball to their other players.
The inbound pass is going to be taken by Hawkins out on the baseline right. He'll walk it up to the point, looks for somebody to go to. Really being covered, and they'll get it over to Engel. Ryan Engel feeds it on the inside. Brown shot blocked. And it comes out of bounds, and Calhoun will take over.
We have seen, if anything, a great defensive ball game tonight out of both teams.
You're not kidding. This has been a great defensive game. You hit the nail right on the head. So Sean Brown is going to inbound the ball. Joe.
Unfortunately, defensive games don't make for sometimes very interesting ones.
Well, they certainly bring you very low offensive games. Hawkins will bring the ball across the timeline into the front court. Seth Hanna on the defensive coverage. Palmer shoots the three-pointer a little bit short. The stick back up, no good. Rebound taken by Model, and off the board, Stain Mays.
I think we should just assume we're going to say his name, and anybody else is surprised.
Shot up, a little short. Model. Rebound taken by Hawkins, as the ball won't fall for Chris Perry. Hawkins into the front court. Left side pass. They work it toward the hole, and Hanna draws a foul. Sean Brown was the young fella who had the ball knocked away from him. And so he will inbound the basketball. Inbound pass taken. Hawkins left wing, shot up, no good, tapped out, and it ends up in the hands of Hawkins. Oh, and a foul called on Model on a wraparound, but Tim Askew, he tried not to. But
Just
once the momentum started with that right arm, there wasn't anything else he could do.
And that's Askew's second.
Well, a big college game coming up on Saturday. And that's going to be Georgia Tech and North Carolina. Boy, how would you like to have a ticket to that?
That one is going to be a great one.
Brown throws it inside to Hawkins. Hawkins will walk it up to the point. He's looking for somebody to go to. Still looking, comes left side, and this is Brown. Brown is one fine basketball player. Goes low, puts it up, no good. And Palmer puts it up there, won't go, and all of a sudden Calhoun is gone cold from the field. Rebound taken by Model, and they'll work it into the front court. Chris Perry out on the right wing. Tim Askew. Askew still looking. They'll come up to Bishop at the top of the circle. Perry inside down low. Turnaround jumper. Bradley shot won't fall. And here comes Hawkins into the front court. Hawkins shoots. No good. Rebound is taken by Model. And off the boards, Perry. Perry into the front court, top of the circle. Left side pass. Tim Askew's shot is good. Nice basket, nice setup and play for Model, and they lead it by 9 with less than a minute remaining in the third quarter.
That breaks the drought for both teams, really.
Well, I tell you, Calhoun offensively is struggling now. Palmer had the ball stripped from him, but a foul is going to be called against Tim Askew.
That will be his third.
39-31. Model on top by 8. As we speak to you tonight from Model High School in the Woodard Gymnasium. The inbound pass is about ready to be made by Sean Brown to Hawkins at the point. 40 seconds and the clock runs. Brown on the inside to Engel. He's double teamed, hooked it up and scored. Well, he threw it high and beat the double team, and it's now a 39-33 game. Model might try to kill down the clock. Left wing pass, and controlling there is Bradley Smith. We've got a whistle and a foul called on Palmer.
And unless I'm mistaken, that will be number 5 for him.
Well, he's coming to the sidelines. Well, I thought he was. Apparently, it was not his fourth. Got to be his fourth. I'm telling you, it's got to be.
It should be his fourth.
39-33, 21 seconds. Back up to Perry. They work it around the perimeter of the goal. Still looking. And the three-point shot is up, no good. Ball goes out of bounds, and Calhoun will take over. Tommy Lingerfeld, by the way, is in the game now, and also out there Bradley Smith. On the floor, Jeremy Bishop. And the clock shows 8 seconds in the quarter. Into the front court. Sean Brown to Engel, right side. Nice block. Oh, my goodness. What a block. Three-point shot at the buzzer. No good. And we've completed 3. Your score, Model 39, Calhoun 33. Back after this break. Well, we're back courtside, 39-33. The Model Blue Devils trying to pull off a minor upset here in their own building against the fine Calhoun Yellow Jacket team, who we have not seen Ken Jones on the floor.
He's returning.
Until now. He has been sitting on the bench for some time. He's in foul trouble.
Now, I thought there for a second that Kevin Palmer had 5, and apparently he has 4. That might mean that Ken Jones had 4 all that last quarter.
Very well could be. It's now 39-33, and Model will inbound the ball to start the last period. Chris Perry with the basketball. Model might try to go to a ball control game. They go to the right side to Hannah. Hannah down on the right wing. Back up to the top to Perry. We are at the 7:42 mark of the fourth quarter. At the top of the circle, three-point shot, a little short, as Askew can't get it to fall. And so here comes Calhoun into the front court. Palmer back out to Jones. He'll take, nope, he feeds down. Oh, the Schweitzer, he scores.
Excellent pass.
Has been on the bench for a while also. It's a 39-35 game. Model still on top. Hannah with the ball on his hip at the right side. And we've got a whistle and a foul call. And it looks like that foul is going to be called against Sean Brown. A holding foul is called against Calhoun. You can hear in the background some of the Patterson fans not real excited about the call on their Calhoun Yellow Jackets.
Calhoun fans not happy at all with the officiating.
Well, at the free throw line is a fellow who's lived there tonight, Stain Mays. Little right-handed shooter. It's a 39-35 Model lead. He misses the front end of the 1-and-1. Rebound taken by Shropshire, and Shropshire will feed it to Ken Jones. Jones into the forecourt, double team trap, and we've got a foul call, and it's going to be on Hannah.
That would be his third.
Seth Hannah draws the foul. You know, I was telling you earlier that his dad was quite a baseball player, played college baseball, and I know past 40 years old, Rodney Hannah, his dad, had a vicious curve.
You speak as a man who have seen it in the batter's box.
I have seen it. Here we go into the front court. Ken Jones takes the shot. Up off the mark, no good. Rebound. Mays is having a great game. Into the forecourt, Perry on the pass. And they work it over there to Kevin Vaughn. Left side, three-pointer up off the mark, no good. Rebound taken by Shropshire. And now Model is pretty cold here in the fourth period. They'll feed it up Jones into the front court, Calhoun. Left side pass, Shropshire. They go deep on the wing to Palmer. It's up, no good. Ball is rebounded by Model. Perry will move it into the front court. He'll stop, feed it out on the right side of the circle. Askew goes to the hole, lost the ball out of bounds, but I think it was touched by Shropshire perhaps.
You were talking about Model being cold. The last quarter, the teams combined for 12 points.
That's amazing.
So we have seen, like we said earlier, a very defensive ball game.
Inbound pass goes to Kevin Vaughn, turns around, pumps, fire, scores. It is now a 41-35 Model game. 6:21 remaining in the fourth period. In the backcourt, Sean Brown with the basketball. Model puts on the trapping defense in the backcourt. Into the forecourt, Shropshire goes down under. Too deep, has to come back out to Brown. Brown, 3 seconds in a lane, and that's a costly turnover this late in the game.
We can't afford to just keep turning the ball over with those, and they're fundamental mistakes. You know not to stay in the lane that long.
So Model will inbound the basketball, and here they come up the floor. Tim Askew back to Perry, and Perry will throw it to Kevin Vaughn on the left wing at the three-point line. Back up the top to Askew. He goes in and now backs away. Looks for somebody to go to Perry on the right wing of the three-point line. Inside they go to Mays. No foul, a clean block, and the ball is knocked loose from Jones out of bounds, and Calhoun will take it on the inbound.
I'm really surprised that Model hasn't been keen on the guys on foul trouble like Jones and Palmer, because you just get them out of the game if you force a foul on them.
Well, as good a shooter as Jones is, I mean, that would be a good move for you to do that. Down under, Shropshire has it. He puts it up, scores, and a foul call. I think that Perry might have drawn that foul, but let's see what Mark Lamade calls. No, he didn't. The foul is going to be called against Kevin Dennis, I think.
And that's number 3 for him.
And coming onto the floor, Bradley Smith to replace him. Also coming out there, Jeremy Bishop. Coming out of the ball game now for a little bit of a rest is Stain Mason. He needs one. I mean, he's played a heck of a game.
Been all over the place.
He sure has. Kevin Vaughn out of the game also. So with 5:34 remaining in the game, it's 41-37, Model on top. Shot is up by Shropshire, no good. And the ball is going to be saved right into the hands of the wrong game, but he loses control, and Model will take the basketball from the back court. Into the front court, Hannah with it on the left wing. Hannah looks for somebody to go to, and he'll come up to Perry at the top of the key. You might see Milt Travis kill down the clock some now. Back up to the top, Bishop. Nope, three-pointer off the mark, no good. Ball batted into Engel. And Engel will feed the ball back out to Brown, and Brown down under as the ball is knocked out of bounds by Perry.
And Engel, while he was flailing his elbows around trying to keep possession, whacked Ken Jones in the eye.
41-37. Palmer out on the right wing, looks for somebody to go to. Still looks, and he goes to Jones in the lane. Puts it up, no good. And the ball goes out of bounds. Let's see who gets possession. Model says they should, but Calhoun will get it. So Sean Brown will inbound the basketball and play resumes. He gets it in to Jones on the left wing. Jones still looking. And the ball is kicked loose up the floor to Bishop. Nice pass from Hannah. Bishop back to Hannah. 4:48 remaining in the game. Left side Perry. And Model is going to spread out the offense somewhat similar to the four corners. Now they close in. Hannah looks for somebody to go to. And Hannah says, let's round them up a little bit. They come over to Bradley Smith, back left side to Hannah. Hannah down in the corner to Perry. 41-37. Inside shot made. Oh, that was nice. That was nice. 43-37.
Stain Mays does it again.
That's the way you draw it up on the blackboard. Palmer on the other end puts it up and scores. That also nice. 43-39, a 4-point Model lead. Perry throws it out on the wing to Bishop. Bishop comes to Hannah. Hannah at the top of the key at the point. Hannah looks for somebody to go to. Throws it over to Perry on the right wing. Perry on the inside, right into the hands of Engel, and the ball stolen away by Hannah, but Hannah kicked the ball, and so Calhoun will get it here in the backcourt.
Got ourselves a making of a right fine end of the game here.
Not a high-scoring game, but a mighty entertaining one. And here we go into the front court. Shropshire with the ball for Calhoun to Brown. Brown back to Shropshire. Shropshire throws it out on the right side to Engel. Inside low. Jones leaves it short. Ball on the floor. Perry has it. 3.5 minutes remaining in the game. Down to Hannah. Ooh, Hannah almost traveled. Back up to the top. Hannah on the wing. Three-pointer up, no good. Traveling is called on Hannah after all.
I think that was a give back right there.
3:23 remaining in the game, and we got timeout on the floor. We'll take a commercial break, and we'll be right back. Here we are, it's 43-39, Model on top in this one, and this is the time when you say, Ray Tucker and Milt Travis, go ahead and coach. I wouldn't have the slightest idea what kind of strategy to use in the last 3.25 minutes, except for what you mentioned earlier of maybe trying to get Calhoun's big guns to foul out of the game.
Well, they haven't really been an issue up till this point.
Sean Brown throws it down to Engel. Engel will bring it up. Shropshire with the basketball, moves it on the baseline to the right, back up to Palmer. Palmer starts in, now comes back up to Ken. Ken leaves it short. He's been off the mark tonight.
He's been off the mark tonight. Like all shooters, they don't want to stop shooting because they figure at any moment they're going to get hot.
I think when he comes back and he reviews the film, based on what I have seen, he's gone to the undercarriage of the goal several times tonight, a little bit short. And that happens to everybody. Even the great Michael Jordan. Well, we've got a foul in the backcourt, and this is going to be on Shropshire, number 4. And Hannah will go to the free throw line to shoot the bonus 1-and-1. I've been real impressed with Hannah tonight. This is the first time I've had an opportunity to see this young man play, and I tell you, he is a good point guard.
He's very tough. He's very fast.
43-39. And Seth Hannah's at the line. A high-arcing shot, no good. Rebound and a foul called on Marvel's Kevin Dennis. So we'll go to the other end of the floor and try it again.
That is Dennis's 4th on the night.
Well, you get in the last 3 minutes of the game and both teams in the bonus. The games can sometimes take a long time, but there's a lot of strategy that goes into it, too.
Especially with the score being this tight.
Well, at the free throw line now is Sean Brown, and he'll put the first one up. It is no good, and so he doesn't get the second one. Rebound taken by Model. And Stain Mays brought that one off the boards. It's 43-39. Model on top with 2:45 remaining in the game clock. Rolling. And Hannah is going to be fouled. He'll go to the free throw line. Now, will he shoot the 1-and-1 or 2? Foul is going to be on who? It's going to be on number 44. That's Engel. Excuse me, number 4 comes out of the game. I think he just fouled out. Mark Lamadé said that was 5, and so Shropshire comes out of the ball game, and Hawkins will check back in. But at the line, Seth Hannah's there, and he'll shoot the 1-and-1. He was not fouled in the act of shooting. 2:43 remaining in the fourth period. Shot is up, and it is good. So he'll shoot the second of two.
I would love to see him make another one right here.
Boy.
Give them some breathing room.
This is a big free throw right here, and it's a high arcer, and it's good. That's going to give Model a 6-point lead with 2:43 in the game. That is still not a very big lead. 2 3-pointers, and you're back in it. Sean Brown with the ball. Back out to Jones. Jones with the ball, looks for somebody to go to as the clock continues to run. Screen set, Palmer. Jones in the lane, kicked it off his foot. And the ball taken on the steal by Model. Here come the Blue Devils. Perry into the front court. Perry, right side pass to Hanna. Hanna drives toward the hole. He'll feed back up to the top of the circle. Askew, left side pass, Perry. 2:10 remaining in the game. It's a 45-39 game. And a foul away from the ball, and it's going to be an elbowing foul on Stain Mays, 21.
It's number 4 for him. Both sides racking them up now.
I tell you, that was a big foul right there, because we go back to the other end to shoot the 1-and-1. Well, Engel's going to go to the free throw line now. Engel's got a tremendous amount of playing time tonight.
Didn't see a lot of him. I can't recall seeing much of him in the last game.
Really, we didn't. So Engel is at the line. The clock shows 2:08 remaining in the game. First shot up, good. Big, crucial free throw. And with this one, Engel can bring Calhoun to within 4. It's a 45-40 game. Model on top. Second shot, good. That was a big free throw.
Engel showing a lot of poise on the line tonight.
Perry throws the ball up into the front court, stolen away, and now stolen back away by Model. We're at the 2-minute mark, and Model calls timeout. It'll be interesting to see what the strategy is now with a 4-point lead. We'll be back with more basketball action right after this break. Well, we're back courtside, Jeff, and with 1:59 and a 4-point Model lead. Mill Travis wanted to have a timeout to think about their last-minute strategy.
Stall. Stall. Keep it away from the Calhoun players.
They can't score if they don't have it. Right. So the inbound pass is going to be Bradley Smith. When they have Hanna on the floor, Perry on the floor, along with Bradley Smith. Askew's out there, and down under they've got Big Dennis. Back up to the top of the circle. Model doing a little bit of weaving up and around the baseline. They work it inside. Bradley Smith puts it up and scores. That is a huge basket. A 6-point lead with 1.5 minutes remaining in the game. 47-41. Inside, Hawkins goes to the hole, backs away. And at the top, Ken Jones. He'll feed it on the inside to Sean Brown. Goes to the hole and scores. That's a big basket. And Model is on the inbound, and they are caught in some serious pressure in the backcourt. They better hurry. They're going to get it into the front court now, and the pass is up to Bradley Smith. Boy, that was really some smart, good ball handling for Model. So Hanna with the basketball. He's going to be fouled. He'll go to the free throw line, and the foul drawn by DeMond Hawkins. Low-scoring game, but a doggone good one.
Excellent game. Excellent game played on both sides of the ball. Calhoun got down early, and they've never gotten the lead back. They tied it up at one point, but they haven't been able to get that lead at all tonight.
Well, Seth Hanna, who's just played himself one heck of a game, is going to be at the free throw line. And it's up in the air, and it is no good. Rebound taken by Sean Brown off the backboard, and here comes Calhoun into the front court. We've got less than a minute, and Ken Jones calls timeout, and we will do the same thing. We'll be back here at Model in just a moment. Score, Model 47, Calhoun 43. We are back here at Model. Now, I want to tell you, Jeff, I don't know about you, partner, this has been a fun but tiring game.
It's been a barn burner.
And a great one. We are in the final minute. 47-43, Model on top. I think you got to consider this an upset if the Model Blue Devils beat Calhoun.
Yep, this will be Calhoun's first loss to a single-A team. And Model should be very proud. I mean, even if they don't hold on, this has been a heck of an effort by
It
the Blue
really
Devils.
is. Calhoun takes the ball and going to the hole with it. And a foul called on Model. Number 25 draws it, Bradley Smith. And Sean Brown is doing the things that a winning player does in a crucial situation. I think this is the reason I made so many comments about this young man at Almerchi last week. He is what you call a money player.
And he's been doing a great job so far tonight. He's got 13 points. He's been taking it in, taking it to the hole when the other players have gone cold tonight.
Well, these are crucial free throw shots. The shot is up, and it is good. 47-44. It's a three-point Model lead with 56 seconds remaining in this game. Not too many people leaving the building for sure. Shot is up. It is good. Well, that really closes things up. It's a two-point Model lead. Model having a hard time getting it in. They do now, and a foul is going to be called on Ken. And Ken Jones, we think, might have just fouled out of the game. I think he's finished for the evening.
And that's number 5. He will take a seat.
So how many points does Ken leave with tonight, Jeff?
Nothing like we saw him last week. He only has 6 points on the night.
So the Model Blue Devils come down to the other end of the floor, and they will shoot the 1-and-1. And standing at the line is going to be Tim Askew. About ready to come onto the floor to replace Ken Jones is Josh Bone. And he's played a pretty good ball game himself, though.
Another player we didn't see a lot of last week against Armerchi.
Well, let's see what Tim Askew can do from the free throw line with 54 seconds and Model leading it by 2. Shot is in the air, and it is good. Big free throw. Big one. Tim Askew will shoot the second of 2. It is a 48-45 game. And it is in the air, and it is a little short. Rebound taken by Engel. And Engel's played a heck of a good game on the board. Into the front court, Hawkins, right side. Shot is up. No good by Palmer. And coming off the boards with it, Hannah's going to be fouled in the backcourt with 42 seconds. It's a three-point Model lead, and this looks like it's going to be the strategy, Jeff. It's going to be put them on the free throw line and
make them miss.
Make them miss it. So Hannah is going to step up there, a little point guard.
Tell you what, Calhoun's bench is lacking, and it's gonna hurt them later on.
Shot is up and a little short. Ball batted out. Bone takes the rebound. He's the young fellow who replaced Kim Jones. Into the front court, Hawkins. He calls timeout with 35 seconds remaining in the game. So the strategy war continues between these two fine coaches, Milt Travis and also Ray Tucker. We're going to take a break, and we'll be back with more basketball action right after this message. We are back at Model at the Water Gymnasium. And this has been a great basketball game. It's 48-45. Model holding on to the lead as Calhoun had just called that timeout to talk their strategy for the waning 35 seconds. Engel ready to inbound the ball. He's still looking, and gets it in the backcourt to Hawkins. Hawkins being covered by Hannah. Hawkins will come up to the top of the circle. And the ball is stolen away by Model. Askew back over to Perry. Into the front court left wing, Bradley Smith. 21 seconds. Askew on the wing. And they'll come back to Perry as they spread out to the four corners. Bradley Smith is going to throw it into the corner. Now they'll come back up to the top. 9 seconds remaining, and Model will go to the free throw line. Perry will go there. And I tell you, Milt Travis has really coached this team to spread it out and keep the ball away from the opposition. That was just a thing of beauty.
That was excellent ball control, excellent ball work. Forcing Damon Hawkins. This is his 5th. He's coming out of the game. That's Calhoun's 3rd foul out of the evening.
Well, at the free throw line is going to be Chris Perry, and if he sinks these 2 free throws, it is going to be a difficult task for Calhoun to come back. Boy, oh boy, a game full of just about everything, and a tremendous amount of strategy here in the last 2 or 3 minutes. Hope you've enjoyed it as much as we have, and we hope that you'll be back with us next Friday night in this very same location, when we are to see one of the greatest girls games of all time.
Yep. Get your VCRs rolling, folks.
Shot no good. Rebound Engel. Boy, that was a big miss right there. And Calhoun is going to call timeout with 5 seconds.
How many timeouts do these guys have?
Well, Johnny Pritchett, the freshman, is in the game now, and as soon as he got the ball on the inbound, he did the thing that he needed to do, is get a timeout to plan the opportunity for that last shot. They've got to come up with 3 points to get this thing into overtime.
Most definitely. And we're seeing something here. Johnny Pritchett has come in the last 2 games late with the game on the line, and he's been key. And let's see if he can be key in this game too.
Well, you figure they're going to do one of 2 things: drive the lane and hope for the layup and the free throw opportunity, or go for the 3-point play. So you've got basically 2 options to go with.
So you don't have any shooters out on the court right now.
One of the things that Milt Travis may say is that they drive the lane, let them go in it. Don't give them the 3-point shot, let them have the 2-point shot. But with 5 seconds remaining in the clock, if they're going to drive the hole, they're going to do it quick.
They got to get it to Sean Brown if they're going to do that.
He's the man I'd go to.
He's your go-to guy right now.
And he drives the hole extremely well. So let's see what happens. They got to get the ball from the backcourt in the hole, and 3 points in 5 seconds is 48-45. Model on top by 3. Engel is ready to inbound the basketball, and here we go. It's inbounded, and now they call a timeout to get the ball into the forecourt, and so not much time went off the clock, Jeff, and that was really smart. Good technical basketball coaching, and the 2 teams are going to go over to their respective coaches and talk about what they need to do in this situation.
How many times can you mark out, we got to score?
All right, what you going to do? Are you going to drive the hole?
I'm going to drive the hole with Sean Brown and hope to draw the foul and hope to put him on the line to get the extra point, maybe get the 3, tie it up.
Jeff Gable disagrees with you, but
Jeff Gable loves to shoot the 3, though, and so of course shooters think like that.
My question is there a real good 3-point shooter out there?
There's not. That's what you got to look at right now.
All right, we're driving the hole. Let's see if Sean Brown drives the hole. They got to get it to him first. Well, here we go. You do have one really good outside threat, though, and Jeff pointed him out.
Palmer's still out there.
Well, Palmer's out there. Now, where he's standing is about 3 feet inside the 3-point line.
And now they're sticking Brown right under the basket.
Engel is going to inbound the basketball. And Johnny Pritchett breaks. And they better hurry. They get it in. Pritchett with the basketball. Lost the ball. This game is over. Whoa! The Model Blue Devils have defeated the Calhoun Yellow Jackets 48-45 in your basic great basketball game.
It was a fantastic basketball game, right down to the wire, just the way we planned it.
Well, I tell you one thing, I don't know about you folks out there, but it has been fun and tiring.
Tiring, yes.
Boy, I know Milt Travis, this is going to be a big victory for his team. And of course, Ray Tucker and his ball club, they'll go back to the drawing board for another day. They've got a fine basketball game. But tonight, Ken Jones was a little bit off the mark, got in foul trouble. They got in foul trouble in general.
Yeah, the fouls were very key early on, and they played a big role. Ken Jones didn't play the whole 3rd quarter, and that kept him out of the game. And he got cold. I mean, he wasn't really on all night, and he got cold sitting on the bench. Anyway, he got 6 points.
All right, we're going to take a break, and we'll come back to give you the story, your final score. Model 48, Calhoun 45.